Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to another very special episode of Trudge Report. This is a recovery-based podcast, but don't worry if you're not sober or can't tell by the bloodshot eyes that Corey has. We talk about plenty of other things, including sports, trending topics, and trust me, a good bit of nonsense. My name is Sean and I'm your host. I'm joined by my good friends and fellow trudgers, Dan, Corey, and Greg. Please remember to listen on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Videos will be posted each week so you can watch episodes on YouTube and Facebook. But as always, please be sure to download on your listening platforms. And what do we do to that like button, Corey? Smash it.
Shut up.
Smash that like button. No?
No.
No, yes, we do. We smash that like button, Corey. Let's see. Where are we at here? On all social media handles we're all social media outlets with the handle at Trudge Report Pod. We are brought to you by the effervescent and always magnificent Stella Mix Podcast Management and our wonderful producer and editor, Miss Janine Stella. Gentlemen, good evening. Thanks for being here on our program. We are on a different recording night. We're changing things up a little bit. And before we get in any further, all kidding, all joking aside, we would like to officially welcome Dan Paulson, Danny P and the Yukon Huskies to the Trudge Report crew. He has officially signed his life away. Welcome, Dan. We're happy you're here with us, buddy.
I'm super excited to get these paychecks, man.
Yeah. You were surprised about the pay, weren't you?
Oh, you didn't know, Corey? We've been getting paid this whole time. You haven't seen it yet?
Fucking. Ugh.
Yeah, we're sponsored by Megacorp.
Nice.
Greg, how are you? Great Midwest. Always start with Greg. Well, I guess we got two of you in the Great Midwest now. We always start with Greg.
Oh, we got 2v2 now.
OHV Florida now.
Yeah.
Wow.
You
I love
sons
it.
of bitches. I'm doing well. It is the week it's the best week of the year. It's the week of Halloween. So yeah, coming to you live from Transylvania, Ohio, man. And we're doing good. Can't wait. We're hosting a Halloween party on Friday. So
Sick invite.
You got to say it. How you feeling about it?
oh, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. We went and got our costumes today. And yeah, we've been decorating and getting everything ready and definitely over exceeding the budget. But
Always happens.
do big things, gentlemen, right? So,
YOLO.
Always happens. Corey, my man, my brother.
Hey, was it hard? Was it hard when you did the? I'm tired as fuck. When you did the intro, was it hard not to say the other guy's name?
No,
The last guy.
no, it wasn't. Because I haven't said names. I haven't said names in forever. I always just say whatever welcome the Trudge Report crew or whatever it is in there. I didn't even write Dan, Corey, and Greg in there. I just said it, Corey. I'm spontaneous like
So
that.
it took me off guard for a minute.
I know
Yeah,
that was the intended purpose.
Anyway, Dan, welcome. Things are good over here. We just did our pumpkins. We carved our pumpkins. Sean, I know you don't believe in that. It's like sacrilege or something.
You kidding me? We went to a pumpkin carving party last night that you were invited to, and you didn't show up.
Oh,
My wife's birthday.
That's no excuse. How was that, by the way?
Awful.
happy birthday,
Okay.
Gabby.
That's no
No,
excuse.
Happy birthday, Gabby.
Yeah.
I also did not lay a finger on a pumpkin and carve anything. I was on baby duty, so watching college football inside with the baby. That was beautiful.
Well, that's a good time.
Question:
Gabby's
You guys roast the seeds, yeah?
So
I haven't. My mom used to.
Gabby did a couple years ago, but we're not doing it this year.
No seed roasting. All right.
No, I don't eat them, so whatever. That's overrated.
I would.
But man, whatever. Anyway, Gabby's birthday was fine. I was just kidding. It was just
That's good.
it was the kids made it. It was an intense day. I definitely had to have a talk with them about ruining mommy's birthday. So.
What did you guys do? Anything special?
Not too. We had some people over and stuff, and like just cooked out.
Oh, I didn't get my invite, dude.
That's correct. Very few, and I mean very few people got an invite. That was special request by Gabby. We were doing an introvert birthday party this year.
Kidding. Yeah.
Oh, I hope you're offended. So I mean, payback, really. and it was good. But yeah, so Cars Pumpkins today. We're ready for Halloween. We have our costumes. We're being Toy Story. Yeah, I'm Buzz Lightyear. I mean, of course, right?
Naturally.
Who else could be Buzz?
Who's
Yeah, I
Woody?
love it.
Noah is Woody.
Nice.
And Lucy she wants to be Bo Peep, which by the way, well, so one of your daughters was Bo Peep, right?
Probably.
At one point. Okay.
I think so.
I
I don't
think
know,
so.
actually. No, I don't think so.
Pretty sure Catherine told Gabby this. But
Maybe.
anyway,
It's been 9
Other than
years
that-
of it. I don't remember.
other than that, nothing against Lucy. No offense, Lucy. But like, who the fuck wants to be Bo Peep?
Hey, just be
I just
happy,
don't-
man.
Dude, she's
Yeah.
awesome in that
Yeah.
movie.
Nah, I'm just.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, Maya's wearing a crop top and short shorts. So just
Whoa.
be
All right.
take Bo Peep, all right? Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
be happy with Bo
What is she
Peep.
being?
Rumi from the K-pop Demon Hunters.
Okay,
Oh,
time out.
Jesus.
We have to have a conversation about this show because I have not let Sophia watch it, and she's been
Yeah.
begging me to. And twice
I mean-
now, Friday night we went to a friend's house. All the wives went out, and we went to
Yeah.
a friend's house. All the dads got all the kids together,
Mm.
and they were watching it there. And then last night at our pumpkin carving party, at the end of it, the kids had it on.
Mm.
I'm not in. No, not in my
Why?
house. Not in my house.
Why?
All right.
too
well,
weird.
my kids watched it and
Godspeed
they're
for
okay.
you.
So they're fine.
We're gonna
All,
fight
all
that
I'll say
battle,
about
man.
it is we heard from another friend of Lauren's that her kids were all into it and she kept talking about it. So I think we came home from soccer one day and put it on for Peyton, and he was, even though the show is in English, he can tell that it's different because of
Yeah.
like,
Well,
the anime,
the
the anime
mouths are
style.
off, too.
And he goes, this is in Japanese. I don't want to watch it.
Japan.
He's still not over 1941. It's cool.
Some of the demon stuff gets like a little like there's some creepy shit there, man.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. I take the vote of if I don't watch it, then it's all good.
Yeah, this is blown out of proportion. K-pop, it's fine, and
No,
very
it's not.
catchy songs. Yes, it is. Soda
No,
pop
it's
is
not.
fine. My kids are fine. Okay,
I jam
they're
out the
fine.
Golden all the
The
time.
songs are
Yeah,
one
Golden's
thing.
great. Golden's
The
great.
songs are the songs are different than watching the
The
show.
fucking cartoon.
Yeah, but they glamorize the life of like
Yeah.
that whole
Korean?
thing. Like, I don't want my kid watching that.
They glamorize Koreans. We're trying to lift cultures up, Sean.
Are we
They're
sure? It's
making-
Korean?
2025.
I don't think
Yes,
it is. I don't think they
K-pop.
actually. Oh, yeah, that's
K-pop.
true. Good point. Yeah. All right. So Peyton was wrong. It's not Japanese.
No, I know,
It's not
but
Japanese.
that was part of the whole thing.
My God, dude.
Yeah, not
All
in my house.
Yeah,
Not
it's
my
gonna be.
house.
It's fun, man. We had a whole argument today about she's got to wear leggings underneath because it's 40
Oh,
degrees.
no. See,
Yeah.
that's where that's yeah.
She's like, the outfit is going to look horrible, and I was like, come on, man, you're 8. Let's go.
I mean,
We got a lot of years of this ahead of us.
yeah.
Maya. We don't need to do it
Oh
now.
man,
Give me boys all day.
all day, dude.
day long,
It's
dude.
no brainer. I'll have 16 of them.
The most you
just
got to
wait,
do
Greg.
is hey, listen to your mom. Hey, clean up your dishes. Hey,
Yeah.
like
You
none
just
of that
wait,
other
Greg.
stuff. Oh, I know. I can only
As long as Peyton doesn't come to you wanting to be roomy, then that's fine. Okay?
yeah. Right.
Wow.
Yeah, we're good. No, he is a boy through and through. Trust me, he's good.
All right.
my
So,
kids have already seen Scream, so
I would, you know what? In a weird way,
Yeah.
I wouldn't let my kids watch that either. But in a weird way, I'd rather them watch Scream than K-pop
Yeah,
Demon Hunter.
I get what you're saying, 100%. Yeah, no, I would prefer that too. Like Maya's watched scary movies with us and stuff like that. That's totally different. Yeah, 100%.
So everybody here's high. Cool. All right.
yeah,
We just need to be honest with our
Including
listeners.
you.
everybody- We're all high.
All
All right.
right. So listen, guys, I said I want you guys to tell me something from
Oh,
your
fuck.
childhood, from your family. You didn't do anything, did you, Corey? Come on.
No,
You'll go
dude.
last.
Stop texting us the day before. I have
I
so
got-
many tasks.
You
throughout the day.
texted us the day
Homework.
before.
Homework.
No.
You
Homework.
texted us today, actually, Corey, and was like, "Yo, I bet you guys can't get your top 5 villains already." No,
Yeah.
don't
Bet
say
you.
that. This is
Oh,
easy.
hey.
You don't say
lived it.
that.
What?
Nothing. You're good.
This is lived experience. Something like weird, funny, strange, anything from your childhood that you've adapted like into your nowadays life. I'll go first. Mine was really easy. All my clocks are 5 minutes ahead. That's something my
Oh.
mom did growing up. And
I
it's
love that.
something that like was never a question to me that I was going to do when I got older and lived by. all my clocks, everything is 5 minutes fast. And the thing is, I know it is. So every time I look at it, I always subtract 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, what's the point? But it's just one of those things I've always done. It's never going to change. Catherine used to like get frustrated with it, but she's just got on board. I don't know. Greg, you go next.
That's called a tism, by the way. I'm pretty sure.
I got plenty of those.
I
got so many of those.
I couldn't really think of anything as far as that was concerned besides alcoholism. So
My man.
but I did witness something today that was kind of different and might help some people out there. I looked at my fiance like she was absolutely fucking crazy because, you know, like you go out and buy like whatever merchandise it is, and then you like take the little sticker off and there's still a bunch of sticky shit on whatever it is.
Yeah. She
goes, Peyton, get me the peanut butter out of the cupboard. And she slaps a bunch of fucking peanut butter on it. And I'm like, are you insane?
You're wasting peanut butter?
You just scrub the thing off, right? And she's like, nope, trust me, believe me. So we set it, forget it, come back to it, and when you know it, dude, the peanut butter wipes right off, and so does all the sticky shit.
What?
Which really, like,
that's a big deal.
I don't know what the hell's in peanut butter besides peanuts and butter, but yeah, I was blown away. I was absolutely blown away.
That's Bill Nye.
I owe an apology.
That's groundbreaking stuff right there.
I owe an apology. It wasn't the first time I looked at her like she was a nut job. It certainly won't be the last. But this time it did in fact work, and I was highly amazed. So thank you, Lauren.
What brand?
Jif, baby.
Oh, all right.
See, I'm a Peter Pan guy, dude.
Yeah, I'm a Peter Panner.
I didn't even know you could still get Peter Pan.
The honey roasted, the honey roasted one. Legit. Dan, what about you? Did you have anything?
Yeah, so I have a super weird thing. My mom still does this to this day. She walks into a room and nobody says anything, and I do it too. And Maya always says, like, I don't understand. I didn't say anything. I walk into a room and I say, what? Even no one said anything at all. My mom still does it too. And like, I walk into a room and I just say, what? And everyone's like, nobody said anything. I don't know why. I have no clue where it comes from or why, but I do it all the time. And Maya just looks at me.
It's just the extra voices in your head. It's all
good. Yeah, it's fine. I'm fine. I'm sober. I promise.
That's like the thing where somebody says something to you and you clearly heard what they said, but you go, huh?
Yeah.
And then like you say, huh? And then you answer the question right away. It's like, I don't know. Oh, there you go. Good stuff. Corey, I know you got some weird shit.
I literally don't have anything. I'm a completely different person than I was as a child. Nothing.
Keith would be upset to hear that.
I don't even have like the only thing I can think of that I do that's like it's almost like a compulsion, like I have to do this no matter what, is like you or anybody, it's usually my wife, can tell me an answer to something that I'm looking for, and I will still call my dad and verify. Like, it doesn't matter. I will call my dad and run it past him.
That's not the worst thing in the world.
No, but I can't not do it. And she's like, seriously? And even he'll say the exact same thing as like Gabby, and she'll be like, seriously? You can't just take my word for it? And I'm like, no, I believe you, but no.
Hey, listen.
Yeah, it's fascinating shit, Sean.
I know, that's good. I like that. Corey, I'm just glad you're participating in our group exercises.
I didn't. I wasn't. That's right off the fly right wonderful.
Now. That was perfect.
I can't think of anything. I don't know.
Well, Keith's a wise guy.
Keith is a wise guy.
100%.
Keith's the man, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know how you turned out the way you did, but Keith's the man.
He tried his best.
Yeah, he's solid as oak. I don't know where you can
tell him we Sal said hi. So
I told him, Dan. I told him you said hi the other day.
All right, awesome. Yeah, I love that dude.
He was like, "Fuck that guy."
He's put him up there top 20 like Jalen.
Damn it, dude!
We're not starting that.
Let's not.
We're not starting that.
Go Birds.
All right, guys. Let's quick transition into our recovery topic. So we have another reading tonight, an Emmet Fox reading, and this is and all you guys know, but especially like Corey, we've talked about this, and this is probably one of his. I don't want to say most famous readings because that's not the proper way to put it, but this is like one of those that one of the first ones I remember really, really like getting taught by my mentor and the people around me. And it really speaks to an entire mentality and a way of thinking. So I'm going to share my screen real quick, and then I will. Um, why can't I? Oh, there it is. Share my screen. Okay, tell me when you guys can see that.
Yes, sir.
That's up.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this is from October 24th. This is from his Around the Year with Emmet Fox book, and it's called Stake Your Claim. In the gold rush days, prospectors went out in the mountains in search of the yellow metal or gold. Often the task was long and arduous with little to show for days of struggle and privation. But when a find was made, the prospector would stake his claim so that others would know that the particular discovery belonged to him. Of course, some claims turned out to be shallow veins of ore and worth little, while other claims eventually made their owners fabulously wealthy. In metaphysics, we often speak of claiming our good, and it is one of the surest ways of bringing the good we desire into our lives. If we want health, then we have to claim every day that divine life brings well being to every part of our body. If we want prosperity, then we claim every day that God is the giver of every good gift, ready to supply our every need. Whatever it is we wish to bring into our life, we stake our claim to it. Of course, we often claim negative things for ourselves without fully realizing it. Every time we say, my cold, my headache, my indigestion, we are claiming those things for ourselves. What one claims for himself, he will eventually bring into his life. Affirm your divine kinship. All that the Father hath is ours, if we will stake our claim with God. And from Luke chapter 12, verse 32, it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. So I'm going to leave this up here for a second and just quickly touch on it, and then we'll go around the horn. Like I said, this was one of the first. I had gotten Emmet Fox's book in May. I was a year sober when my mentor gave it to me in May. I started reading it and like really getting into it. And I was already reading it every day, but this was one of the first ones that really like, and he, my mentor, I lived with him for a while in my earlier sobriety, and I can remember a day that I come to the kitchen and he's out there and Miss Kathleen's out there, and he was clearly under the weather. And I asked him how he was feeling, and he was like, "I'm fine. I feel great." And I was kind of like Ron, like, you sure? Like, what do you? And he was like, no, I feel great. Everything's fine, like all that stuff. And I remember like looking weirdly at Kathleen, and she was like, he's staking his claim. She was like a little bit, because she was into the reading stuff too, and Emmet Fox. And they're the ones that introduced me to Emmet Fox. And I know Corey's gotten way tired of it over the years, but it truly is. It's one of the biggest parts of my sobriety and my spiritual life is like claiming the good things. Now, again, it's not a perfect science. It doesn't mean that sickness won't befall us. I was hospitalized in 2021. No matter how much claim I was staking, but it honestly, like, it works more often than not. It really does, and it works with all facets of life, not just physical health, not just emotional health, but just in general, kind of little things. And I don't know if we as society, especially in recovery, realize how often we claim negative things for ourselves, and just from, if nothing else, just from thinking about something over and over and over again. The easiest example of that is probably financial stuff, right? Like, how often do we sit in, or have we sat in financial fear, or what about this, or what about that, or if this doesn't happen this way, or if this does happen, we get way ahead of ourselves. And the truth is, at least for each one of us and for a lot of people we know, that God has not brought us this far to let us down. Everything we need, we have. And for a lot of us, a lot of the things that we want, we also have. And that, like I always say, like, the math doesn't always make sense when it comes to financial stuff or just any stuff, right? If you sat down and tried to analyze it, it may not all make sense and may add up. But when I am truly, truly just living in, okay, it's God's show, I'm just here, I'm going to stake positivity and good things in my life, I'm going to get through situations. The right answer is going to come, however I want to word it. Man, just like more often than not, it works out. So that's it for me. Let's go. Who wants to go first? Anybody can go first.
I mean, yeah, sure, Sean. I would love to. I don't know. This has been first off, I'm grateful that you showed me this all these years ago, and I remember you saying that what I thought at one point a ridiculous phrase, which I don't even know if I could recite it now, but I think you used to say, God, I stake my claim through you that I shall have good health, prosperity, and happiness in every area.
Perfect peace,
Perfect health.
happiness, and prosperity in all areas of my body, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually.
Right. And anytime I eventually bought into it enough, at least, and anytime I started feeling a cold come on, I'd start saying that. But then it would hit me, and I'd be like, "That shit does not work," and I just give up, and whatever. And then, but honestly, there were times that I swear I put a hand on a Bible if I had one in front of me. I do own one somewhere. I swear I've meditated toothaches away. Oddly enough, like without for whatever reason, I was having a tooth problem years ago, and just wanted to stop taking ibuprofen. I was just like popping ibuprofen left and right. And one night I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna try and meditate this away," and swear it worked that night. So I think like what we claim for ourselves can certainly manifest in like the physical world to a large degree. I also like you said, Sean, like getting hospitalized in 2020 or whatever, 2021. Like there definitely comes a point where like, I mean, I don't live with you, Sean, but if I did, I would probably be like, can you just fucking be honest with me, dude? Like you don't feel good. Just say it. Say it right now. Okay? Like that's how I'd react.
Catherine's been there a few times.
I could totally see that. Like so, but also it's like, being the person staking the claim, it's like, give me a shot here. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't know. I guess that's all I can really say is like, I think there is a fine line somewhere between claiming what we want or need or whatever, and also being cognizant of our actual situation. I guess like I'm staking financial success all over this place, and it's not so far. See, I just said it. I just said it's not.
But that's it. That's it right there. And I'm not going to take it. I want the other guys to go, but that's it right there. And he goes further in some of his readings. Like, remember the green light thing? Manifesting green lights while you're driving. It's as soon as you think, oh, this one's not going to work or it's going to be red, you're done. You're done. Yeah. Like, and that's the same thing with staking our claim. Like, and I'm guilty of it too. Like I can stake my claim, positive. But as soon as we let that negative mentality come in and it can throw it off course. So.
I definitely was running late a couple weeks ago, taking the kids to school. And as I crossed Monterey, no, not Monterey. Yeah, I was on Monterey. As I crossed US 1, I thought, I'm going to get a fucking train here. And sure enough, the arms came down and I sat there in a train for another 10 minutes, dude. I was like so pissed.
Danny P, what you got?
I mean, I feel like that was a really good point, Corey, that like I didn't think about before is intertwining the two. You know what I mean? Because I'm a firm believer of, if you don't want to be sick, don't think you're sick. I'm a firm believer of all that, and even like anything at work and stuff like that. But there's also a basis in reality of not to the negative, but to as even if this doesn't happen, like I'm still good. Like, and that's what I feel like, that it all intertwines with each other. That like I can, the biggest example for me is at work, man. With clients and things that I do, in houses, it's very easy to be negative. And I'm all about energy. And to me, energy is like staking your claim. If you manifest positive energy into the place that you are at, then the things tend to go well. and I've witnessed it and experienced it in my jobs or in life or in any facet of sobriety and all that. Where if I'm thinking positive things or trying to portray positive things while also adapting to the negative things that just do happen in life. I feel like that's a really good point, Corey, that you also have to keep the balance of it, and like staking my claim and you try to preach it and Sean knows with me is like my positivity gets super annoying to people, but I'm also I'm also like just not naive to the fact that maybe it won't work, but I don't think that in my head. I'm just okay either way. And I feel like that was just a really good point that Corey made, that also keeping yourself grounded enough to be able to still be okay and not just to be on the one-sided slope of manifesting positivity, it's going to work and do all that, because there's also people in this world that don't have a anything else to rely on, where if that positive thing doesn't work, it could be a big time failure or a big time downfall for them. So I don't know, that really hit me, Corey, what you said about intertwining the two. But I'm a huge believer. I mean, I do it with sicknesses all the time, injuries. I get hurt at work all the time. Broken ribs. It doesn't hurt. It's fine. I can work the whole day, and then I'll come home and I'll be in pain and fine. But I made it through the whole day because I was just, it's okay. It's fine. I'm going to be fine. But also, if I can't breathe, I'm going to go to the hospital. Like intertwining the two. But I think it changes your whole entire landscape in life to stake claim to positive things and stake claim to things that that you want to happen. But if you live in a God-centered world, and you live the right way and you do these things and you manifest those things into your life, more often than not, it'll trend in your direction. I feel like we've all experienced that. But no, I thought it was both very, very good points, and I affirm that's like every facet of my life. Not just sobriety, work, parenting, all that stuff is like,
Yeah.
can I manifest this kid to not be a jerk right now? Like all these things, like literally, you can do it in every facet of your life if you believe in, you know what I mean, like in doing these things and living the right way, that your life gets a little bit easier. And that's like Emmet Fox and all these things that couple together to make your life a little easier on yourself. But it's great, great reading. I appreciate it, Sean.
Good stuff. Thank you, Dan. GA.
I like what all you guys have said. I always think back to how this used to work on the other side of things, and anybody that's dealt with a daily addiction can certainly know. But like, I remember being laid up dope sick, like, and losing it, and going through the sweats and just absolutely miserable. Felt like I was gonna die. Couldn't get up out of bed. And as soon as I would get the phone call from the dealer,
Right up.
I'm right up. I'm dancing over to the closet to put on clothes. I'm here we go, baby. We got this, and it works, the same way with everything. It doesn't have to be a dealer, with alcohol, like I've had a terrible day. I'm going through withdrawals. I'm shaking, I just got to get a little bit in me, but I'm driving, I'm on my way home or whatever, stop at the gas station. There's probably a line of people there, and of course, the most annoying people possible, kids screaming, people with their lottery tickets and everything like that. But as soon as I walk over to the beer cave and grab a sixer, I'm okay. I haven't even put it in me yet, but I'm okay, and I'm right as rain, and I'm feeling great. And that's the power that the mind has over the body, right? And this is, it's not just Emmet Fox. It's this has been well documented over the course of time in a lot of different stuff. The book The Secret talks about this very stuff. Power of positive thinking. Is another book. It talks exactly about this. So it's like, yeah, what you put out into the world and what you put out in your prayer life, in your meditation life, in your home, everything is how the world's going to turn out via your perspective, right? So yeah, I mean, I lived in misery for a good many years. I lived a cynic's life, and I lived the life of somebody that always had negative thinking about everybody else and the people in this world and everything like that, and it wound me up in places I didn't want to be with victim mentality and everything like that, right? So when I turn it around and I pray for and meditate on the things that I want to do in life, which is to be useful to my family, be useful to my friends, be useful to God's kids, in whatever way he deems fit, right? And a lot of times nowadays, what I'm praying for too is because, yes, does our perspective and our positive thinking and everything, like, does that create, Dan was just talking about it, because the place where I can get the most negative for sure is work, right? So a positive frame of mind, most definitely going into that does help. But what I'm praying for is I'm praying, show me the action. Show me the actions that I need to take to be a better person today. And the things to stay away from too, so because the just praying it, just meditating on it, just hey, telling myself I'm going to be positive today doesn't always do it, right? Like I have to put feet on the ground and make the action to do those things, right? So but to me, it's all about the alignment, right? Do we align all of those things? On the days where I do, things usually go pretty well. On the days where I don't so much, things deviate. So I try to keep it pretty simple for myself.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's as simple as positive thinking will get you everywhere that negative thinking won't. And it's not to say that this method or this formula works. Well, I actually do think it works 100% of the time if manifested correctly and perfectly 100% of the time. But we, being humans and being flawed and having defects,
Mess it up.
we're not able to do that, right? Um, and I think it's something that truly takes time to cultivate too, right? I can't wrap my head around this stuff in early sobriety, let alone, just stay sober, right? So I think it takes time, and it also, like, and I know Corey, you've joked with me over the years about it, but fully buying into it, fully buying into staking our claim, the power of positive thinking, all of that stuff. And I think we we would all say that while we're not perfect and while it doesn't quote work every single time, all of our lives are more productive and more positive as a result of taking this way of living and thinking and trying to put it into practice, right? We're way better off believing and staking our claim and all that stuff, even foolishly sometimes, or sarcastically, or like Corey said, like, just tell me the truth. Sticking to it stubbornly, our lives are way better off, and the people around us are way better off for it. So
If I was Catherine, I would have fought you, like physically. I
she
would have
just
squared up.
Nah, she just kind of knows now. She'll just kind of like look at me and she'll hear me
I've been like,
cough or do something.
yeah, take your ass to the bedroom and shut up.
Yeah.
Go lay down. That's what I would say.
Yeah. So
So,
now she's on board. She tries to get on board with it too. She does it. She actually, I almost feel like she overcomes her sicknesses quicker than I do sometimes. Like, or either that or she just doesn't complain about them, which is really, that's all it is. I don't have to go around being like, I feel great when I don't. It's like not bitching about them is really like the simplest way to put it. Like, oh, my head. To like
100%.
every single person that we come across, how are you doing? Oh, let me tell you, like, that's really what it is. So,
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like probably not the most responsible thing, but like I don't call off of work when I get sick. I just don't.
Correct.
I've
Same here.
never been when you come up in restaurants, you don't call off, dude. You got to be like missing an arm or something like that, you know.
No, we spread that COVID.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's not responsible, but it's certainly by today's touchy standards either. But
I think I think people need to lighten the hell up a little bit.
No,
and there's a line.
Have there been
100%.
times where I've like tried to go to work, suffered through 4 or 5 hours, and then been like, "Hey, man, everything's done. I got to get out of here." Sure, but yeah, I don't like. a job still needs to be done, right? I'm still getting paid for that job, so it you got to go and show up and do it, you know.
Well,
And
dude, even kids, man, like kids nowadays, like parents complain, like oh, Jimmy had a runny nose and he came in, his mom should have kept him home. Every
Go
kid
to
has a
school.
runny nose. It's
Right.
fall.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
You know, like come on, man.
Yep.
Every single week I get emails about a strep throat case in class. It's like, yeah, everyone has it. Like it's like
it's a children's school. It's basically a petri
Yeah.
dish, anyways. So just
Dude, I went the entire summer without any sickness. I was not sick all summer.
Oh,
That's
yeah, summer,
huge.
yeah.
Congratulations.
That's huge in your household.
And then the first fucking week of school,
Yeah.
dude, it's a
We've had strep
disgusting.
3 times here.
You didn't
It's a
stake your claim
disgusting
well enough,
place.
Corey. You just didn't. Hey, Corey, you just didn't have enough faith in God, dude.
Maybe the school should have faith in God. They need
You're
it.
telling me.
I
You know?
gotta stop kissing my eye on the lips goodnight. I'll tell you that much because I've had enough. I've had enough of it.
Oh boy. All right, let's transition into our final spooky topic of the season. Mr. Mitchner, take it away.
Yeah, I didn't pick anything, so we can just end now. Just kidding, Sean. You could laugh a little bit too. Go lay down.
Why shouldn't we laugh?
Is that a seltzer?
Anyway, guys, tonight, and I did a little pre-work with Greg earlier because I can't talk about this myself. I can't lead this thing myself. So Greg's gonna help me out a little bit because he is a movie expert. But we're gonna talk about the evolution of the slasher film, and maybe a little extra horror stuff anyway. But
So wait,
particularly,
you pawned your week off onto Greg. Nice.
No, I offered.
I'm
yeah.
kidding.
No, well, basically the podcast is on his back at this point. So bring us to new heights, Greg. So anyway, we're going to talk about the evolution of the slasher. All the way, we're going to start in 1960. Okay, and this is where I need Greg's help. But this is what we're going to talk about. First off, the origins of the slasher genre. Psycho. You guys know Psycho? Alfred Hitchcock.
Yep.
Norman Bates.
All right. This is my weakness. I've never seen it. I'm going to watch it, but I know about it. And I know that it's usually considered like the first slasher, along with a movie called Peeping Tom. Greg, have you seen that one?
I have.
Okay, good. What was big in these two movies, I guess, is the concept of voyeurism, which is, do you know what that means?
Here we go.
Yes, I
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, Google
Really?
that a lot.
Practice of gaining. I had to Google
I
it,
want
dude.
your whole damn family.
Good, Corey. Tell us what it means.
Practice of gaining sexual pleasure from watching others when they are naked or engaged in sexual activity.
That's why I got these blinds.
Yeah. Dude, those blinds have not been bent. I don't care what you say. So the concept of voyeurism, moral punishment, and the killer's perspective. So it's known as the first slasher, I guess, Psycho. Come to find out too, did any of you guys watch that Ed Gein series on Netflix besides Greg? I know Greg did.
No.
I guess Psycho was like largely inspired by Ed Gein. It was
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
like a lot of films, I guess, were inspired by him because like Leatherface was loosely.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they're all loosely, but Psycho is probably the closest to the story of Ed Gein. Yes.
So, Greg, do you have anything about those two? I know that they were like, it's 1960, it's super corny, but it introduces like the killer, right?
Well, Psycho, especially Peeping Tom, is kind of it's creepy and everything in its own right, but it's more of like just a weird film.
Yeah, it's more like a psychological thriller than a slasher film.
Yeah. Psycho, like I said, very, very much based on Ed Gein. They obviously don't go too much into in a 1960 movie, of like a guy cutting skin suits off of different people and wearing them and keeping different body parts and stuff like that. But Hitchcock did push the envelope about as far as you could with the censors back in those days. And the famous shower scene where Janet Leigh gets murdered in the shower, which by today's standards, but by the fact that they were even showing blood going down the washing down the drain in that scene was a huge deal. That is where you get like the first real accounts of like people throwing up in movie theaters, passing out in movie theaters, that kind of stuff, because it was that scary, because it was essentially real life material. You got to remember, is like the horror films that were coming out in these days and before that. You got your Dracula, your Frankenstein, you've got your B movies about invasions from outer space and stuff like that. But this was real. This was a demented dude dressing up like his mother and like creating an alternate personality that was his mother, right? Being a voyeur, spying on women in his hotel, and then murdering them, right? So
something that could happen in real life. You could,
Yes, so it is.
And that was the first.
It is lauded as one of the first slasher films, and certainly one of the first that kind of put like a mainstream on to steal the psycho murderers, right? Psycho killers.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep.
And then we fucking took off from there, dude.
What comes next?
Then we get to the golden age of horror or the slasher films, which is around 1970s to 1980s. Can you guess what those movies were, Sean? Can you guess?
Halloween,
1978, which is, dude, is it debatable that it's probably the greatest like Halloween themed horror movie ever?
Halloween themed,
like
sure.
horror movie based around Halloween. Like I know it's called Halloween, but there's other horror movies that are.
I'll get down with that. Yeah.
Probably the greatest ever. I think it's the most iconic. Anyway.
I think Hocus Pocus probably is, but okay.
Oh, I don't see it. I love Hocus Pocus. Halloween, 1978, Friday the 13th, a Nightmare on Elm Street.
You totally missed Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
That was 1974.
74, yep. And then Black Christmas was also either 73 or 74, but those two were some call those two like the first true slasher movies, like in the vein of what slasher movies are today.
Texas Chainsaw
and Black Christmas, yes.
All right. So this era introduces the final girl. Mm-hmm. Okay, who's the most iconic final girl ever, Sean?
Got to be Jamie Lee.
Got to be Jamie Lee, right?
What does that mean for our listeners, Corey?
Final girl.
I get it, but
yeah. Final girl is. I can try to describe this, but like literally the girl who fights off the killer, survives, reoccurring in a franchise or whatever, like Laurie Strode, right? Am I right, Greg?
Okay.
Yes.
Fair.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Morality themes, sex, drugs, and this is when like you know how in Scream we're gonna get to Scream, but you know in Scream like Randy rattles off all the rules of a horror movie, not how to survive a horror movie.
I remember
what will get you killed, having sex, using drugs, like you do those things in a horror movie, you're gonna die. This is when those themes are introduced. You know, we'd be fucked. I mean, from like the very beginning, we'd be so screwed.
And really what it is it's like it's the morality of society coming through, right? Because it's the final girl is the one who survives because she's pure. She hasn't she didn't run off with all the kids and smoke weed in the woods. She didn't lay down in the back of Randy's van and mess around with him. She like, she's the one that stayed and watched the kids while the other ones went out and did that stuff.
She's noble.
Yes. And so, yeah, it's the way that morality kind of shines through, or at least their satire and their social commentary on it, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And obviously this era introduces like probably the most iconic franchise killers, I guess. I know we've had many since, but the most iconic, Jason Voorhees, which actually his mother was the first killer.
Yep.
We forget that, I think. ski mask and everything. He's so iconic, but like
Ski mask was nowhere to be found in
the first one, yeah.
part one. Yep.
Freddy Krueger, Michael
Not
Myers.
in part two either. Not in part two either.
He wasn't in part two.
No, he had a burlap sack for part two.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
So many of those. I want your opinion on some other stuff later. Anyway, so that's the golden era. Then we got the meta era, or at least that's what this is calling it. 1990s self-awareness. Okay, so that's when Scream's introduced. Scream revives the genre by being self-referential and clever. So like, I guess the whole theme that like, I mean, you guys are familiar with Scream, right?
Of course.
To a degree.
Yes.
The whole
course.
the whole theme of I was like one back then. You guys were all like driving and shit and like taking your girlfriends to the roller rink or something. I don't know. So I guess the whole theme of, like I said, like Randy listing off like this is what's gonna get you killed in a horror movie. Like we're in a horror movie now. That self-awareness or whatever, right? Audiences become genre savvy. Killers and victims knew the rules. Parody and satire emerged. I guess that's late 90s, like Scary Movie and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like Scream is by far my favorite franchise. I think I love Ghostface, as you can tell. If you're watching this, you can see that he's about to kill my ass. Still disappointed nobody's tried to kill me yet in this Halloween season, but whatever. I think Gabby's trying.
It's
But yeah, I mean that's my favorite. And I don't know what else. You got anything on that?
I know what you did last summer. Classic.
oh yes.
Urban
about, like,
legends.
like-
I'm here for the
What is it?
Exorcist for those
Where does like
movies.
Blair Witch Project fit into all that?
Blair Witch. When was that?
I know that's like a
90s?
totally
Blair Witch
different-
was 1999.
Connecticut, right?
And that was Blair Witch was huge, but I guess Blair Witch is more of a supernatural. It's not a slasher.
That's what I mean.
film,
Like it's
so,
not
yeah.
it's not the slasher film.
Yeah.
Greg, is the technical Blair Witch in upstate Connecticut?
I forget.
think so.
Because I went there. I remember going to a place because we have like two super haunted places in Connecticut, and I remember going there in the middle of the woods somewhere, and it was like some cemetery and all this crazy stuff.
I'm pretty sure Connecticut's right.
Yeah.
Or New Hampshire or something like that. Vermont, something like
Yeah,
that.
I was high as a kite, so I don't remember.
But there was like
You would have been dead first then.
yeah, 100%.
Yep. As far as the era that you're talking about, Corey, like like Scream, I Know What You Did Last Summer, Urban Legends. You got a lot of what you'd be considered today like cult classics. That none of them are particularly good besides like the first two we mentioned.
They're also like they're like the teen ones too, right?
Yeah.
Like they're like
Wrong Turn,
Right.
You and Me, high school kids. Yeah, Joyride, Jeepers Creepers.
Joyride.
It's like pop country.
Yeah.
Yep. It's all teenagers out trying to have a good time. And
Yeah.
they
What
run
about
into-
and maybe you're gonna get to this, Gordon, if you are. What about like oh God, what's the one with all the inbred people and
Wrong turn.
Wrong Turn.
I love that
Yeah, but-
movie.
is it Wrong Turn? No. Oh God, keep going. I'll think of it in a second. There's another one I'm thinking of.
Oh, what else you could be thinking of?
Devil's Rejects, like Devil's Rejects. And that
House of
stuff.
a Thousand
Or
Corpses.
House of a Thousand Corpses,
Mm.
all that. That dude, that shit scares me, bro.
Yep.
Hills Have Eyes.
There
Jane.
you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Haunted. Yeah. Yep.
So anyway, Scream's iconic. Long live Ghostface. Dude, Scream 7's coming out in February. I'm stoked. I will wear a full Ghostface costume to the theater. I will. And I'll kill
believe you.
somebody in there just like in Scream 2.
I could be in the minority here. I don't find the new trilogy of Scream films good at all.
Yeah, it's totally. I can't. Corey, we're just too old, though, man.
Corey,
you
you
are.
could never convince someone in a Ghostface costume that you're a murderer. Your hands are too small.
Yeah, no chance. And
They'd
it's
be
too
like,
short.
yo, that guy's not going to kill anybody. Look at his hands.
I just have to use 2 around the knife. Yeah, you know.
All right, keep going. Keep going.
All right, onward. Then we got the 2000 shift of torture and realism. So I don't know. So I'm not sure we're talking slasher at this point, but we got Saw and
No,
Hostel.
I think it definitely takes a shift.
Oh,
Yeah.
big time. Big time.
So we got Saw, Hostel, torture porn,
Hostile.
replaced campy fun with brutality and moral puzzles. I've never seen Hostel. I've seen Saw. Saw. I'm not a big fan of Saw, but it
Me
was,
neither.
it's gory, like weird. But what do you got on Saw, Greg? And movies like?
Well, the thing about Saw is that the killer himself, the main killer, he doesn't kill anybody, right? He sets
Right.
them up. And I think
Jigsaw.
the thing with Saw, yes, is that it is a commentary on lack of empathy for our fellow man, right? That, the fact that in the first movie anyways, like the dude was consistently overlooked for his cancer treatments and stuff like that, and that
Oh,
so
yeah.
that way
Yep.
he punishes the doctor, and says, okay, well, cool, like you gave me a choice of an impossible choice, so now I'm going to give you that same impossible choice,
Which
right?
it's an exaggerated moral thing, obviously,
For sure,
right?
for sure.
But yeah.
um
So
so yeah, I don't it's still classified as a slasher film, and certainly, like, yeah, for lack of a better term, like torture porn. Hostel was very much the same way. Hostel is actually even more so, and certainly like socially relevant to what I mean, if you believe some of the conspiracy theories that float around out there nowadays. But yeah, Hostel is basically like a spot in Eastern Europe where if you got enough money, you can pay to do whatever you want to people. And we hear about these kind of stories coming out of different areas of the world all the time, right? And the rich and powerful and the Epsteins of the world and everything like that, where yeah, if you got enough money, you can pick your poison and do what you will, and nobody's going to say a word about it, so certainly, like I said, like mirrors what's going on in the real world, albeit very exaggerated and whatnot, same way that Psycho did it with Ed Gein, right?
right.
So yeah.
So something that Greg and I were talking about earlier, we were on the phone, and I didn't realize it till it was pointed out in this here research, but that 2000 shift, if you think about it, I have a note here: post 9/11 anxiety and realism influenced horror's direction, like
Mhm.
like made a feeling of powerlessness and hopelessness. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And that's really like the theme of Saw, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
It's
And
also
I'll do one better with that too. Like Saw, yes, for sure. And those type of movies, but even like in the in the mid 2000s, a movie like The Strangers, the original Strangers, where it was like talk about like the feeling of powerlessness, where like these
Yeah.
three people just completely and totally random show up at this totally random house with no motive whatsoever and terrorize this couple over the course of a night. Is just
Yeah.
and like I said, in the end of the movie kind of leaves you with this like gut punch, because these two people are dead and there's never a reason for it. There's never a reason. They even ask, they say why at the end of the movie, and right before they get killed, and the people say, because you were home, you know. So
so then we got the modern reinvention. This is 2010s to now. So we got some key films, Halloween 2018, which is by far Greg's favorite, I'm sure. I'm just kidding. It follows X, Pearl, Terrifier 2, and Fear Street. I've never seen any of the Terrifiers, believe it or not. Like, they're on my list. I've just never gotten there. Are they good?
yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
They're good. They're extreme.
Blend of art house and nostalgia, deeper character studies, trauma-centered horror, and social commentary. Feminist. I don't know what this means. Feminist reimaginings of the final girl. I just know that, like, how many years later? 40 years later for Halloween 2018.
Mhm.
I actually loved what they did with that, with Laurie Strode and everything.
Yep.
I thought that was really good.
I thought the next two were kind of rough, and this is where I've always loved horror films, and certainly like these type of films, for you know, they allow you to kind of suspend reality, but kind of still what you're talking about, how there's like that social commentary like in there, you know. But it's all under the guise of certain things. And then I just felt like that the second the Halloween Kills, it just kind of went all over the place because they kind of shoehorned the whole angry mob slash, you know, and it was kind of like a to take a stab at like what our political election climate is like currently. But like the whole town's basically like rioting and protesting against Michael Myers, which I think is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. But
It was your
so
politics
bad.
out of our movies.
yeah, dude, like I don't need that in my Michael
And,
Myers movie, you know.
and then, dude, just to bitch for a moment, the third one in that trilogy, Halloween Ends, right? Is that what Halloween Ends, right?
I call it Halloween woke.
Dude, it was so bad. How on earth do you write something where Michael Myers befriends some fucking kid, dude? He kills everybody. That's his thing. Like, he kills. Like, he walks slowly behind you, somehow catches up to you, and he kills you. He doesn't befriend you. Not gonna be the next Michael Myers. It's so weird.
Shit was
Anyway.
terrible.
But I did
Take
like
us home, Corey.
I did like 2018. I'm not taking you anywhere. Chill out.
Take us
All right.
home.
No. So lastly, real quick, this is just worth mentioning real quick. Where slashers go next? How much do you think we're gonna see the use of AI in slasher films? And I already know of one coming up.
Well,
In terms of like
I
the
think
creation of a villain.
So allegedly, so I'll say this: allegedly in Scream 7. First off, Stu Macher, which was one of the first killers in the first one, right? To return, Matthew Lillard is returning to Scream, and it's said that the killer is going to use AI to torture the final girl, Sydney Prescott. So I don't know what that's all about and how that's going to play out. It when I first heard that, like, I don't know, it makes me feel not so warm and fuzzy.
I don't really know what they mean by that, so
I don't know either. We're gonna have to see.
we're gonna find out.
But if
We're
it's
gonna have to go see
anything,
it.
if it's anything other than the traditional like stalking and like usually in Scream, there's like several attempted killings of the final girl. Like, that's what I want to see.
Yeah, the whole storyline. That's what, like the realistic, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, events of it. That's what, like, it's super hard for me. I don't think I've watched, you know, like slasher or horror films like that have come out now. You know, I won't. It's just it's either just straight gore with no story. Like, it's just.
Well, that's a big thing with those
I'm
last
not,
two.
and I'm not a fan of that. You know, like where it's just straight gore the whole time.
That's why
Gore for
Halloween
gore's sake.
1978 is the best.
Mm.
right.
So anyway, all right. So lastly, guys, let's end it with this. Top 5 horror villains. Let's go around. Sean.
I'll go first.
All right.
I got mine.
Yeah. Okay. Shooter McGavin's not one.
Shooter McGavin.
Jerry Maguire.
I actually had so this is in order from my 5th to like the first. The last one I talked about is the
As it
most
should
scary,
be.
I think. I have Jigsaw as my top 5. I think that whole idea of what we're talking about and like the powerlessness of it, and you have to choose. I think that's legit. I had Jack Torrance from The Shining,
Yeah.
Jack Nicholson, just because like people can go crazy and get, you know what I mean? Like, it was just so, he was there, he was the father, everything was good, he was the caretaker of this estate, and he just goes absolutely crazy. And it's like, I don't know. I got a couple deep cuts here. Pinhead, the Hellraiser franchise. I thought that was the scariest fucking thing growing up. That whole thing. I don't know if I'm going to say this right. Pazuzu, Exorcist. That was scary to me. That whole Pazuzu. Yeah, she's the 1973 Exorcist girl. The demon. That religious stuff is super creepy to me. Linda Blair, yeah, that was her name. Janine just put it. And then I had Leatherface as my that whole Texas Chainsaw Massacre and that the Devil's Rejects, all that stuff, House of a Thousand, that stuff is just so weirdly fascinating but freaky and creepy. And Leatherface, I mean, it's a human mask made out of, or it's a mask made out of human skin. So I could have thrown Hannibal Lecter in there too because of the realism, the Jack Torrance thing in there. But those are my 5.
All right. How about Dan?
Yeah, I was gonna say you guys should definitely finish because you guys are the aficionados. I got number 5. I got Mr. Norman Bates in a little psycho action.
Mhm.
I always remember just like even did you guys ever watch The Bates Motel?
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
seen pieces of it. Yeah.
Yeah, just pretty cool. But number 4 was what Sean just said because he said 6, not 5. Mr. Hannibal Lecter. I love that movie, and it scared like everything about that movie scared me. Candyman. Candyman was that was bees. Bees would scare me after seeing that. Pennywise. I hate clowns. Not a fan of
Pennywise was
clowns.
good. Yeah, that was
Dude,
good.
I didn't even think Pennywise.
Yeah, Pennywise
good
is.
one.
I
Oh my
mean, that's
God.
still to this day. You know, if I saw a
Yeah.
clown that looks like Pennywise, I'm running. And the ultimate for me is Freddy Krueger. Growing up in Freddy Krueger,
And the
was like just
nightmares,
the
yeah, the
ultimate.
whole nightmare thing.
Yeah.
That's the subconscious. Yeah, that's a
Ultimate.
big one.
Yeah.
Nice. Greg, I'm gonna go, and then you can take us home.
Go
Does that
ahead.
work?
Yep.
All right, because mine's pretty freaking boring. I love the franchise, the iconic franchise killers. Ghostface is number 1 for me always. I just love Scream, dude. I love the nostalgic. I wasn't even around in the '90s hardly. I barely missed them, but I love it. Michael Myers is close second. He is, like I said, one of the most iconic killers. Like I feel like he might be the bar. You know what I mean? Freddy. I was Freddy for Halloween once. Without the plastic knives, whatever. Jason Voorhees. And then my curveball is this. It's not slasher, but from the Conjuring series, Annabelle. I love that damn doll.
Very fitting. Very fitting. Shout out to Chris McKinnell.
Shout out.
Yeah. Yep. So, how about
Cool.
Greg?
Well, I'm gonna really piss you off here. I can't even put Ghostface in my honorable mention, and do you know why? Because it's not a consistent villain. It's somebody fucking different every time wearing a costume.
Yeah,
I
but
guess
it's
the
Ghostface.
argument could be made, but yeah, it's not. It's not a singular killer. Starting at 5, working my way up. Definitely Art the Clown from the Terrifier movies. That's the new one that I'm giving my shout out to. Definitely creepy as shit. Freddy Krueger at number 4, the guy that haunts your dreams and nightmares. Definitely, and just terrified the shit out of me as a kid, and made me laugh though. You know, like once I got to start to understand all the filthy, crude jokes. At number 3, this was kind of a toss up for me. But I think I've got to go with the Norman Bates character. I think it was just it's the OG, it's the original.
He was so
I
eccentric.
loved it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other ones I could put in there too. Top 5 was tough for me. At number 2, Patrick Bateman, American Psycho. Now some could sit here and argue that that was all in his head and everything like that, but I absolutely love that movie. I love that book. I love the satire of it all. And I think Christian Bale was absolutely perfect.
He was great.
in
Yeah,
that
he was
movie.
great in that.
And then number 1 has to go to Michael Myers. I mean, like the original, the terrifying Jason's got nothing on him. Nobody does. It originally wasn't even Michael Myers. It says The Shape,
Right.
in the credits, to the movie, and that's what he was, right? It's
He's the
just this
boogeyman.
terrifying. He is the boogeyman, right?
I think the song
the
is more
shadows.
creepy than anything.
The song is fantastic, and the fact that it's so simple and pretty much comprised of like 5 notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everything about that is phenomenal. Even the worst Michael Myers movies are still better than, I would say, 75% of the slashers that come out. So there you have it.
Very good.
No,
Guys, that was fun. Thank you both. That was actually really good. Corey, well done. I know Greg helped a lot, but that was a good idea all the way around. I really enjoyed that.
Great research, Corey.
yeah, I didn't
Top of the
research
line.
anything.
Top of the line.
So, Dan, welcome again to the crew.
Thank you, guys. I tell you what, it's really a pleasure and an honor. I want to thank you guys.
That's good.
You'll
Just
quickly
wait.
not feel that way.
Yeah,
so.
you'll get sick of Corey pretty soon.
No,
Shout out to our listeners. Please like, follow, and share on all socials at Trudge Report Pod. Email us at trudgereportpod@yahoo.com. Corey is monitoring that mailbox very, very closely. Send in your mailbag requests for topics, questions, and comments to any of these handles. Remember, we're all here. If anyone wants to talk about recovery and our experiences, or if you're struggling with some form of addiction. Thank you again to Janine and Stella Mix Podcast Management. Good night, God bless, and may you trudge the road of happy destiny. We will see you next week. Cheers.